Welcome to the Emerging Entrepreneur at the Coffee Conference Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Fueling Brands, Empowering Ideas. We have with us Aleem Merchant, founder and director at Synapse Marketing Consultancy Private Limited, known for his creative genius and passion for innovation. Aleem has spent over 2 decades transforming brands across industries like FMCG, IT, healthcare, and luxury. As a 40 under 40 winner and sought after industry speaker, Alim's work blends strategic brilliance with creative flair. From consulting over 500 global brands to pioneering performance marketing trends, Alim's journey is as inspiring as it is impactful. We are now at Alim's office and we would delve into his professional and personal journey and discover how he started and where he'll be doing a lot of work for 2025 and beyond. So, welcome, Alim,
Thank
to
you.
today's coffee
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you. Thank you, Amar.
So, let me explain you the format, Alim. There are 3 rounds. You must be aware of
Yeah.
the two, but there is rapid fire round, the
Okay.
fun round, for which you have to be witty, funny, and quick. And
Sure.
I know you will win that round. And here's your gift.
Thank you. Before the thing.
I have to inspire you.
Yes, totally.
So, friends, I'm Lain Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startups, and SMEs with world class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So, my first question, Alim, what inspired you to get into branding and advertising, and why this niche area of medical industry?
First, I'll say not what, but who inspired me.
Hmm.
So, my partner Rahul and I, we used to be working. We used to work in an advertising agency, and we used to travel every day up and down. It was in Worli, so we used to travel from Andheri to Worli every day. And one fine day, he just asked me, "Khud ka chalu kare kya?" And I was very young. I was 19, 20 years old, and I was like, "No, no, I'm too young to do this." So he said, "I'm starting. You come, because without you, I'll not be able to start."
Hmm.
So then I took my time. I took about a year or two, and then finally he started it, and then I joined him. But that's been the journey. So Rahul Pandit, my partner, actually inspired me to get into entrepreneurship.
Okay. Now, what's the story behind the naming of Synapse? And how has the journey been from the early days and today?
So synapse means communication junction. It's a medical term. Communication junction in your brain, in very simple words. And because we're in the business of communication, we, you know, called ourselves synapse. And a lot of people from the industry who understand this term, they like this term a lot. Uh, what's been the journey? The journey started in one very tiny, very small office, jiska, we could not even pay the rent. It started with that, and it was Rahul's father-in-law who kind of rented out that office to us. We used to pay the rent after 5 6 months because utna paisa bhi nahi tha to pay that rent, and we had got laptops from our homes and started something like this. And we never knew okay, actually it will become something or thing. We were just taking each day as it comes, each project as it comes, and just going along. God has been kind, life has been kind, and it is it is where we are today.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, Alim, let's dive into the conversation. What is the creative process for turning business challenges into marketing opportunities?
That's a very tough one. How do you turn business challenges into marketing opportunities? Is you have to identify where there is a market. Is the market large enough? That is what we do. And then afterwards, you use creativity to solve problems. So creativity in this world creativity can solve a lot of world problems, and we use that creativity. My entire team is blessed to be creative, and that is what we do. That is our day job. That is what we are passionate about, to identify a problem and to solve it creatively. So we call ourselves creative problem solvers.
That's beautiful. Okay, let's go memory down the lane. Having worked with over 500 brands, What has been the most memorable campaign you have spearheaded, and why is it close to your heart?
Absolutely. You know, a boy and a man, na, he has his first love and his last love. So his first love is something that he'll always remember, and his last love is what he'll always remember. So my first love was actually a campaign that I cracked for a company called Novartis, and it's a very famous large pharmaceutical company, and they were doing a tuberculosis campaign. I had cracked that campaign. It was called JEET, JEET, and it was joint effort to eradicate tuberculosis. It was a very large campaign. The government adopted that campaign. It saved thousands and thousands of lives across India. I mean, I just named the campaign and I worked on the creative. So I have 0.01% role in shaping that campaign. But the thought that you can create a campaign like that and you can impact the world is what I found very interesting. So that was my first campaign, which is very close to my heart. Uh, and very recently, we did a campaign for a brand which is known all over the country called Dolo, and we created a TVC for them called Dolo. We created a TV commercial for that brand extension called Dolo Sills, which is a cough lozenge. So very
Mhm.
recently we did that. We'll share that video with you. Maybe your viewers would like to see it.
Sure, sure. Please,
Yeah,
we'll add it in the
yeah. And
episode
it's
thing.
a very fun campaign written by very creative people in our team.
Wow. Okay. So, Alim, how do you balance creativity with data-driven strategies in branding?
I don't. So I don't believe that brands can be built from data.
Okay.
uh, I was at a recent conference some time back, and Piyush Pandey, who is a stalwart of our industry, had
Yeah.
said that brands are not built from spreadsheets; they're built from hearts.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that you can't build a brand because some data tells you that you should go to males of 30 to 45, living in this region, having this income profile, and then you work with that data and build brands are built with the heart. And if
Yeah.
you build with your heart, then whatever you build will be right only.
Wow. That's very beautiful answer. Yes. Uh, there was this old magazine. You must be also be aware. A&M, Advertising
Yeah, advertising and
Marketing.
marketing. Yeah, yeah.
That had all beautiful campaigns
Yes,
and
yes.
yeah, that's very
It used to
cool
be it's an achievement if your campaign
feature.
features in that. Yeah.
Okay. So, Alim, when a client comes for a advertising campaign, so how does the process start of getting them on board and then handing it to your team and working with them?
I'll just go two steps back. So, when you start a business, we use these words business, company, and organization very loosely. And somebody told me something very nice. When you start business, it is busyness. You're busy doing work.
Yeah.
Then few people join you, so you have company, you know, and then afterwards you become what you call as an organization. Why? Because that's an organized way of working. So business, company, organization. I think now we have realized that there is a method to this madness. So there is a structured way that, oh, a brief has come, you analyze the brief, you do a proper analysis of that, you find the root cause of the problem, you come up with an insight, then you come with a big idea, then you do referencing, then you do tactics. First, we should just do this like madmen, just whatever man mein aaya, we would do that. But now we've realized that as we're becoming a company to an organization, that there is a method to this madness and one should work with a structure. So we have now structures in place, processes in place to kind of help the young talent that comes into the organization to work better.
That's so now my how has the leadership style evolved right from the start days and till today?
That's a very bad journey, actually, to be honest. So, initially, nobody teaches you entrepreneurship, right? Nobody teaches you leadership. You learn along the way. So, there were times when if things didn't go my way, I would have temper issues and scream and shout and things like that. And then you realize that is not working. It spoils your name in the market. People don't join your company because of your image and things like that. And then as you grow older, as you grow wiser, and hopefully more mature, you realize that the right way of leadership is servant leadership, where you are serving your team. You are there for them whenever they need, whether sometimes they need you as a mentor, as a guide, as a firefighter, as somebody whose advice they need, or sometimes just a shoulder. So my style of leadership now is more to be a servant to my team rather than just lead them with authority.
That's very beautiful. So, Alim, as an industry speaker, what are the top trends you emphasize to marketing professionals today?
Yeah, interesting question. I'll tell you why. See, I'm not educated in advertising and marketing. Nobody taught me advertising and marketing. Nobody taught me entrepreneurship. It was coincidence that this all happened. So one of the things that I talk a lot as a speaker is to dispel kitabi gyan. Just because one book taught us that there should be a term called profit and loss, we all think that there should be a term called profit and loss. In my organization, my finance team is not allowed to use the word profit and loss. We only use the word revenue and profit because we don't believe in loss. We don't want to calculate our losses. We don't want to have losses. So as an organization, we don't believe that we should have this kitabi gyan in us. So there is a term called ida. Okay, sorry, but created by a very big stalwart in this industry, global stalwart. But I dispel that. I don't think that ida works. I think that there is a completely different model to how a customer journey is. So a lot of what I talk comes from my experience and does not come from kitabi gyan, and that is what people like listening to when I talk on stage.
Wow. So, when you're saying that you don't agree with the IDA model,
Yeah.
then which model or some insights which can you share according to you can work across all mediums?
Yeah. So it's something that I do. I'm very aggressive in promoting. So this model that I came up with is called Nebula. Okay, and it's a very interesting model because I believe that a customer starts as somebody who's naive, who doesn't understand a category or a brand, then moves on to become educated. Then even if he's educated, he doesn't buy. He's on the borderline. Then he becomes a user, which means he just buys once. Then he becomes loyal because he buys more than once, and then he becomes an advocate. So if you see what I just did is N for naive, E for educated, B for borderline, U for user, L for loyal, A for advocate, and that is Nebula. So that's something that I cracked, and I speak a lot in depth whenever I meet people, especially entrepreneurs, marketing folks, creative people, students.
So Nebula, there's a medicine also, no?
There is a medicine. I'm sure it's a very common word. There's
Yeah.
a watch called Nebula. I know Titan has come up with a watch called Nebula. So yes.
So have you given them Titan this word?
No, no. I wish I did, but I would have got a lot of money for that.
Yeah. Okay. So are you planning to what do you say? Uh, make a book on this
Yes.
and make a copyright?
Yes. A lot of people, whenever they hear it, they get very like amazed and they're like, Aleem, you have to copyright this. At least 20 people have told me that. So I do intend to copyright it, and I do intend to write a book on this someday.
Get inspired now and put it in your goal list
It
of
will
in
be there very
2025 to
soon.
make it, and then I will come down and we'll talk on the book in that
Surely.
episode.
Surely. Surely. Surely.
So,
Thank you.
what you said makes sense.
Yeah.
And going against IDA, an old concept, and coming with a new concept. So you have to be a trendsetter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Being in the
Hopefully.
field of marketing and branding
Yeah.
for new age, someone has to come in and start building up new concepts.
Yes. As the customer journey gets more complicated, people need to evolve with the times.
Yes. So, uh, in your 20 years journey, what type of campaigns from the early days and in after pandemic and today's time, what changes have you seen for copywriting and other things?
One is the talent that has come in the market. The fresh talent is very diverse. I mean, either you see the new talent very focused, they really want to do something, or you see talent that is absolutely getting wasted because of social media and distractions and things like that. So one is I want people to know that if you are focused and if you really have the drive to do that, to achieve something in life, then you need to have that fire in the belly to get it done. So one transformation I'm seeing is the lack of focus in today's generation, which I think is, I don't mean to stereotype, but there is a lot that is very focused and there's a lot that's not focused. Obviously, then we come to technology. I mean, the way we used to use softwares earlier and the softwares that are there now, how AI has impacted this industry. It's very interesting. We live in very interesting times.
So coming, my AI question was for the last one, but you, this is what coffee cake flow. The speaker helps me to
Yeah.
carry the conversation. So can you give more insights, more depth? Okay, how has AI impacted the digital marketing and the world of branding?
Some people fear it. I don't. I think it's a great tool. It's going to help work get faster. It's going to help work get better. We can get into the minds of the greater people and use AI. Say if I want a campaign to think like, say, one of the greatest people in marketing, I can actually tell the AI tool think like this person, and it can do that for us. That is one thing strategy wise. It can think like great copywriters. It can write copy, though it has not evolved that well yet, but I'm sure it will. But also when in design, a lot of mundane tasks that would take probably a designer a day to do, that gets done very quickly. See, suppose if we have a small image and we want to improve the sky of it, AI does it in seconds.
Hmm.
Otherwise, one designer would spend 4 hours perfecting that thing, which now he can
Yes.
spend on improving the design
Yeah.
rather than just doing something very mundane, which is going to take 3 4 hours of his time. So that's where I see the advantage. We can focus on what we're good at.
Wow. So my next question will be, कि, uh, what policies have you defined for your company Synapse for using AI and technology tools, so that there is creativity comes in and not कि भाई you're just picking up and randomly putting in a what do you say, normal work.
I think there are two ways to look at it. One is be in a very exploratory mode right now. Explore everything. We are in that phase where this is just getting big. So at this point of time, my company policy is learn. Learn as much as you can, experiment as much as you can. If it costs us money to subscribe to tools, tell us and we will subscribe to the tools. Learn is the most important part of it. Secondly, is be honest and transparent with your clients and tell them that I have used this tool for this method. And clients are excited. Clients are not averse to it. They are like excited that you're using AI because it builds conversation with their customers also, that we used AI to make this. So I think the whole world is still in a very, it's in a very 98 degree yet. We have not reached 100 degrees yet. So let's explore this. It's fun.
Wow. So given an opportunity to your team to explore and to your clients, कि भाई, we are using
Yes,
AI, but the mind is guiding the AI.
that they know, that that they can feel that this has the human touch. This has the synapse touch in it. They
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking to all my coffee speakers also. Basically, it is disrupting the legal industry also. Many law firms have come up with their AI tools. Aditya Birla Group has launched the VD for legal research. So in my LinkedIn newsletter also, legal tech
Yeah.
conversation, where I've started now this AI in legal.
Mm.
So many innovations are coming up, and people, founders, the R&D team are putting in AI component. But what you're saying is someone has to check.
Someone has to check.
You can't go and say, "Okay, bye, this is done,"
Yeah.
and now the seniors have to check in.
No, you
So,
should be honest. You should be transparent. I use this tool. There's no harm.
okay, uh, have you faced any funny incidents during the making of the campaigns?
Lots of funny incidences have happened when we have created campaigns. I mean, we have a lot of fun when we go on shoots, a lot of fun when we have presented campaigns. This is a fun place, it's a fun industry. We don't join this industry because we have to work here from 9 to 5. We work here because we have fun. I mean, my office is a fish market in the daytime. Literally, I was just telling your team that, we don't have intercoms on our table. We just scream that when we want somebody or something, and that's the fun of the whole industry. So we have fun every day, and there are funny incidents happening every day. In fact, you should check our Instagram channel of Synapse, and you should see what kind of pranks that happen in the office.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay. So, Alim, winning awards like SS40 under 40 and the RX Club show, uh, how do you stay motivated after such recognition? And what advice would you give to young advertising professionals, what journey should they take for getting this recognitions?
I'm glad you asked both those questions at the same time, and I'll tell you why. And I'll be a little controversial here. Awards are scams. Every single award that is happening today is a scam. Every single award that is happening is just a paid marketing tool. People are making money out of it, and people are trying to claim that they are the best and this one is the best. All that. Yes, we have won awards, and we know that it is not always as transparent as they should be, or not as ethical as they should be. So I would tell the young professionals, don't chase awards, don't chase the trophy. Chase clients' happiness. Chase building big brands. Chase that. That is better. So I have a very close client of mine. He always tells me, यार अलीम, I've been giving you business for 20 years. तू आज तक एक दिवाली गिफ्ट नहीं दिया मुझे. So I told him that every time I give you a campaign, that is my gift to you. And that gift takes you and your brands ahead. And he resonates so much with that he actually told me that जिस दिन तूने गिफ्ट भेजा उस दिन हमारी दोस्ती टूट जाएगी.
That's
So what would you prefer, a trophy in your hand or a client who
a happy client.
Yeah.
That's what we do at Coffee. We give them smiles.
Yeah.
One of my coffee speakers said, "Bhai, you're giving us your memories for 100 years, for my future generation."
Correct. Absolutely.
So I hope your future generation will
Yes,
look at this coffee
yes.
conversation and say, "Ki, bhai, my great grandfather."
Not yet that old.
मैं 100 years की बात कर रहा हूँ वाले कि इस journey, because this is what will be, because we're covering both
Absolutely.
sides of your
Yes,
journey.
yes. Looking
There
forward
is
to
more
that.
to come. Okay. So, Aleem, as a governing council member at Accent Foundation,
Yeah.
how do you support growth stage entrepreneurs?
So Ascent is a foundation started by Harsh Mariwala,
Yeah.
by the chairman of Marico Foundation, of Marico actually. And Marico is the company that makes parachutes, Safola, and he's a mentor to all of us, all entrepreneurs, and it is his personal vision to build India's economy through entrepreneurs. And he is doing so much for this country by empowering entrepreneurs. I play a very, very tiny role of being a governing council member, and I think the tagline of Ascent is where leaders build leaders. It's a very beautiful, encompassing thought of what we can do as leaders to build leaders. As a governing council member, we just help facilitate that, try to take his vision on the ground, and try and see that every entrepreneur has a group of people that we can always count on and get support from. And it's a platform for knowledge sharing. It's a great platform. If you're an entrepreneur, you must join Ascent.
Wow, that's interesting. So, Aleem, as a mentor, how do you guide the young advertising professionals who approach you through various mediums?
Two things. One is time. Secondly is opportunity.
Wow.
So first thing is, what does this generation need? Most of them are privileged, at least the ones who come to us, they're privileged. What they need is a little time, and what they need is some sort of opportunity, sometimes a little headway, a connection that I've built that can help them get something. That's all they need. They are far more educated than all of us are. They have access to better knowledge resources than we have. They are quicker to understand than most of us can. So all they need is a little time and opportunity. If you give them both, you're building rock stars.
Wow. So, Aleem, my next question: what advice would you give to budding young advertising professionals entering this excited world of marketing and advertising?
Your question is advice for entrepreneurs or people for getting in advertising industry?
Don't
Or
follow
is it
my
for both?
list of questions.
Okay, no, I'll answer it. So if you're looking at entrepreneurs looking at the advertising and marketing industry, which means if you plan to start something in the media, then Go ahead and do it. Have the fire in your belly. Chase your goals. Don't fear. uh, you may think that this person is too big, out of your reach. Don't do that. Think that even the biggest guy needs me. Don't have fear in your heart. One of the biggest regrets that I have in my life is that I didn't approach the big boys when I should have. And they like meeting young talent. They like talking to young talent. They're so bored of talking to the same age profile all the time that they like talking to young talent. So don't have fear in your heart. Just go ahead and approach them. Most people in the world are very, very approachable.
You answered that first part of
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. What about professionals who want to join your company or any other company,
Yeah.
like O&M?
Yeah. I think no matter where you go, see if the culture is right for you. If the culture fits you, if you like that vibrant work culture, then you should definitely join it. So today we don't have interviews, we have conversations. So when people come to our office, they're not giving interviews. Sometimes I feel we are giving interviews to them. So it's interesting how this entire paradigm shift has happened. But if somebody wants to join Synapse, I'll tell them two things. One is read, understand who you are meeting, respect people's time, come with the mindset that I want to. Don't give up an opportunity for little money here and there. Sometimes people come with a set mindset, name, I want this much salary only. Sometimes they have unrealistic expectations, and what they lose in this whole thing is an opportunity.
Yeah, very true. Mm. Okay, you have changed the interview format of having conversations. That's very interesting to understand and then decide to
Yeah,
onboard.
yeah. In
Okay,
fact, I
how
always tell people who come for an interview, this is not an interview, we're just talking. Just talk. You have to know me as much as I have to know you.
it's a both way.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Thanks for this.
Yeah, actually, interview, the word also means interviews. But for some reason, I think वो पहले से चल रहा है कि it is the boss versus somebody who is. It's not like that.
That's very interesting. So now that was the professional journey round. Let's go to the next round and understand Alim as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years, Alim.
So I come from a very humble background. My dad was a medical rep his whole life. My mother was a typist at a law firm. Both of them had very meager earnings, and but they believed in education a lot, and they tried to put us in the best of the schools. Both my sisters, I have two sisters and me, and that was our formative years. And I think education was emphasized upon. We knew that we had to study, though all of us, I'll speak on behalf of my two sisters also here, all of us were dabbus. But I
Watching
think
them, huh?
yeah, but I think all have done well in life, and again, God has been very kind. My current family, I live with my dad, my wife, and my daughter, 13-year-old daughter. And that's my family, and it's a beautiful little family, blessed with even one dog. So it's picture perfect.
Wow. So let's go to your school, college days.
Yeah.
What are those memories and how did it impact your work?
I think school was just wonderful. I went to St. Mary's ICSC in Mumbai. It's one of the best schools in this country.
Yeah.
And the entire pedagogy of that school was beautiful. They would blend education with sports and extracurricular, and we had a beautiful auditorium that helped us to own our talent, like speaking on stage and debates and stuff like that. So that was a very, very beautiful opportunity. But I was a very shy kid. I was not one of the top performers. I was not one of the kids who stood out over there. I was very, very shy kid in school. But having said that, I scraped through and passed out. College was a whole different journey altogether. I just blossomed over there. I went to Wilson College. It wasn't one of the greatest colleges in this thing, but still, it was a beautiful college to go to. I made a lot of beautiful friends, and my confidence, uh, really exploded when I was in college. I made some wonderful friends over there. We had a lot of fun, and I think I spent my college years more, building confidence rather than building knowledge.
Wow. So let's continue our
Yeah.
conversation. Uh, what's one hobby you're passionate about that fuels your creativity?
this question pains me the most because I don't have a hobby. And that's
Okay.
one thing that really, really hurts me a lot. That why don't I have a hobby? My brother-in-law, Kostup, and he has like 10 hobbies. He has cricket, photography, and drone, and biking, and so many other things, socializing, all that. And I look at him like, yeah, how do you have so many hobbies? And I don't have one hobby. But yeah, I'm a book collector. I like to collect books. I mean, I've not read a lot of them. All these books are bought by me, and I have three x more books all over the place. But I'm a big book collector. I somehow invest a lot in books, and I encourage a lot of people to read books. But if you open any book, I can tell you page 63 what is there on this thing, kind of a thing. But yeah, that's how I
So you
am.
have one hobby, na?
Sorry,
Book collection, book
book
reading, and
collection एक hobby होना चाहिए, but book reading भी होना चाहिए.
fine.
But I have a visual memory, so I can remember things visually. So that's why I buy a lot of creative books.
Wow. So, any plans of creating a library?
I think I already have a mini library over here, one mega library at home, one
Oh,
mega library in my room. So I actually do have quite a lot of books,
okay.
enough to open a bookshop.
That, yeah, we can see that. Okay. What's one quirky or lesser known fact about you that surprises people?
I love to laugh. I have the quirkiest, funniest laugh, and most people think I'm a very, very serious person. But I love to laugh. So the quirkiest thing about me is when you'll hear me in my full uproared laugh, and people find that very, very funny. So, but I always enjoy a good conversation. I always enjoy a good time. I get bored very quickly, so I need people to entertain me a lot. So yeah,
Okay, that's interesting. So, Alim, if you could design a marketing campaign for a personal passion project,
yeah.
what would it be?
I'm very passionate about stray dogs.
Mhm.
So, I think adopting a stray is something that's a personal passion project for me. I have adopted a couple of strays in my life. They have transformed me as a person.
Mhm.
The unconditional love that a pet gives you when you adopt them. Actually, you don't adopt pets, pets adopt you. And they give you their life lessons. They teach you unconditional love. They teach you what it is to be in this world, and find true love. So, adopt a stray would be my personal passion project.
Wow. So we have one coffee speaker, Isha Sinha Chaudhary, who also does social uh, impact for stray dogs. So you all two should
Yeah,
connect. She's
absolutely.
from Bangalore,
It,
and same passion she has
yeah,
for the stray dogs.
yeah. It's a whole community on its own, actually.
Yeah, there are a couple of NGOs who are working for the stray dogs.
Yeah,
So with your both of you, there are many more people are there
yeah.
which you can create this a campaign and
Personal
start
passion project. Yes,
put it in your
I will
bucket list for 2025, and hopefully see so many things
come out
I'm
of it.
yeah, giving actions and we
Yeah,
checking on it, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Alim, how do you stay connected with your roots while working in such a fast-paced industry?
I don't. I don't stay connected with my roots. I think it's a. It's not right to stay connected with your roots. You're born to fly. So you should fly. As entrepreneurs, my job is not to fly, but to take another 10 people along with me also.
Yeah.
So I think that when you are connected to your roots, you stay where you are. That's not what we were born in this earth for. I mean, yes, you should stay connected to your values. You should not lose that. But what you should do is go explore the world, see the world, go and build opportunities for the world, build opportunities for the underprivileged. That is what you should do.
Yeah, true. So Alim, which book or movie has had the biggest impact on your creative thinking?
I should have prepared for this question. I think every book has taught me something. Every book, if you have the willingness to be a sponge, then every book and every inspirational movie can teach you something. Though there are some movies I can keep watching again and again, again and again. Okay, a lot of these Ranbir Kapoor movies I like. A lot of Will Smith movies I like. There is one movie of Will Smith which I really, really I'm very inspired by. It's called Collateral Beauty,
Mhm.
and this movie is about him. Who he it starts with him. Actually, he's an advertising professional in that movie, and he writes letters to time, death, and love.
Mhm.
And actually, these three then eventually come in front of him as people. And it's a beautiful story, and I think everybody should watch that movie called Collateral Beauty. It will change the way you think, actually.
Wow. Any pharma healthcare movie which has you've taken ये क्या has impacted you?
आई डोंट थिंक ऐसा कुछ है फार्मा हेल्थ केयर मूवी तो नहीं है बट आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड आइडिया इट शुड बी एक्सप्लोर्ड
Yeah, this was अपना ये Russell Crowe, sorry, Russell Crowe की movie. I'm not trying,
हाँ
not
हाँ
able to
हाँ या
recollect
आई
the
नो व्हाट यू
name.
या
There was this अपना big ये
controversial
controversial
yes
case and
yeah
everything, and yeah, you should
over
watch that.
dramatized I feel I know
हाँ,
what you're talking about but it doesn't inspire me in any way
but this there must be a lot of अपना
yeah yeah
ये
there are
you can watch this movie अपना ये क्या बोलते हैं Devil Wears Prada.
oh yeah that's a media movie it's a
I know
wonderful
media.
movie I love that movie I love both the characters in that movie Anne Hathaway is one of my favorite actresses so
हाँ,
yes I love that movie
and the boss, who's the boss? She's a famous
Julie.
actress.
Yeah, I forget her name.
I forget
Julie,
her
क्या
name,
नाम है
but
उनका?
how she
Yes,
she was in the role.
yes, absolutely,
She's a
absolutely.
different
Both of them.
person outside,
Both
but
of them.
how she grooms
Yeah,
indirect way and Hathaway
yes.
for coming in the fashion industry. Because that is also
In fact, I
demanding.
hear.
So creativity, fashion also, your apna branding and advertising is both creative.
In fact, there's a sequel of that book, that movie, which is now a book. Actually, I think the Devil Goes to Hell or something like that. Something like that is the sequel of that movie, which is now a book. Maybe it'll be made into a movie also very soon.
Wow. Okay. Suppose you have 1 week away from this mad world of advertising and branding. What would you like to do away from the gadgets?
I would dedicate all that time to my support system, who's my wife. I mean, she is my rock, she is my shoulder, she is my friend, she is my partner, my soulmate. She understands me best, and I don't give her enough time. So if I had 1 week, and I do take that 1 week out actually once a year,
Mhm.
when my daughter goes for her annual picnic, that time we take off for our picnic also. So, but whenever I do get time, I would love to just thank her for whatever support she has given me. She's been very, very patient. To it's very difficult working with. I mean, very difficult to be married to an entrepreneur whose full time job is just his work, 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 work.
Wow. So my last 2 3 questions. What legacy would you like to leave behind, Alan?
हम बहुत छोटे हैं यार इस दुनिया में to leave a legacy behind. I think our job is just to do our work, inspire people, help them, give them a helping hand, give them a shoulder, you know, give them whatever we have learned. So my mentor once had told me that when a man dies, a library burns down,
Mhm.
because the library in your mind should not burn down. So maybe just give your lessons to people, and if they take it, good. If they don't, it's their choice.
You said very beautifully. Okay. So, Alim, how do you relax after a hectic day of ideating and managing Synapse?
Yeah, very interesting. So my daughter and my wife, we have this pact that every evening either we will go for a drive,
Hmm.
either we'll go for dessert, or we'll watch a movie. So that is the way we relax, and it's like we'll have dinner together, all of us, and then we'll either go for dessert, or we'll go for a drive, or we'll watch a movie, whichever we are in the mood for. And that's the reward of my day.
Beautiful. So, my last one, which is a googly one,
Yeah.
I hope.
Hmm.
Describe Alim in one line.
Alim can be defined in very simple. Ha ha ha. I I love to laugh, and I always enjoy a good laugh. So everything in my life is around having fun, having a good time, and if you ever chatted with me on WhatsApp, you'll always see that I will always end with ha ha ha. So there's something about me. I love to laugh, and if you can just take all that stress and convert it into two alphabets, H-A-H-A-H-A, everything becomes simple.
Wow. So let's go to the next round and
Yeah.
have some fun. The rapid fire round.
Oopsie.
Creativity or strategy?
Oh, strategic creativity.
Your favorite ad campaign you have worked on?
My
Don't say
favorite.
tuberculosis, huh?
Not the tuberculosis,
Yeah.
and not the latest one. Uh,
Anything else?
I think it was for a campaign which we won India's first global award for at New York. It was for a itching brand called Lobate GM, and that, according to me, is one thing I'll take to my grave.
Wow. One brand you would love to work with but haven't yet.
So many, so many. But for me, the ultimate is I want to work with Unilever.
Wow.
So I think if you can enter Unilever as an agency, then you've done something right. Because I've ticked PNG, that's another global marketing giant, but Unilever is
Mm.
Hall of Fame karna hai.
It will happen. Okay. Favorite city for inspiration?
Oh, I love Mumbai. Nothing inspires me more than my own city, but I love traveling. So no matter where in the world I go, I can find inspiration everywhere.
Wow. So your dream place for going picnic with your wife?
The whole world.
The
The whole
whole.
world, but she loves safaris.
Oh,
So yeah, so we want to go for a Kenyan safari. We want to do a lot of safaris. We have one book called Global Safaris. वो bucket list है कि हर पन्ना we want to tick.
so this year, which place you want to take up for
So we're
safari?
definitely planning Masai Mara this year. So God willing, it'll happen.
Yes. Your favorite color?
Oh, black. Whenever I'm spotted in black. My whole wardrobe is so boring. It is black, white, and dark blue.
Okay. Your go-to comfort food?
Dal chawal.
Your favorite dessert?
So many. I can eat anything sweet,
Okay.
even though I shouldn't be eating a lot of them.
Okay. Success. Is it passion or persistence?
Passion.
Wow. Synapse in one word.
Best.
So you did well, and here's a gift,
Thank you. Thank you.
and it has been autographed for
Oh,
you
wow. Lovely.
for a dear friend. So friends, I'm meeting Aleem in person after 10 years. That's another story.
Thank you so much.
So friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Aleem, and ye ki bhai, he ends this, and it was a laughter riot. You should watch it. His inspiring story, his different concepts of BUSINESS, busyness, the nebula. He'll be writing the book. So many things which he will put in his bucket list, and he will start working on those things. He got a huge library on marketing and advertising, books. All those young professionals want to enter the world of advertising and branding. This is the episode you want to watch for. You want to work in the company or start your own agency. You get a lot of tips to get inspired and include in your work life. So this is the episode. Like this, we have got over 350 plus episodes at the Coffee Corner Show. Watch them, get inspired from their personal, professional journey, how they are balancing the work life with their families and giving time to everyone, mentoring, giving back to society in their own sweet ways. So the Coffee Corner Show is also about social initiative, and we are giving back to the society in our sweet ways. If you want to be featured like Aleem, visit our LinkedIn company page, the Emerging India Forum, or one of your friends can get you invited to be featured and have conversation or a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Cheers.